Good morning, SPs. How is everyone today? Today, I want to do a bit of a deep dive on Shawn Lonsdale. If you guys don't remember who Shawn Lonsdale is, he was like basically the first live streamer in Clearwater to go after the Church of Scientology. No guarantees I won't cry at some point. um, First, I'll play the little clip where Tori mentions him that I played the other day. I gotta go to share screen. How is everyone today? Are you guys having a good morning so far? I am not awake. I stayed up hella late looking into this, and I had already looked into it last week and had all the tabs open and then had to redo it all because I had to delete a bunch of tabs the other day to get something else to work, and it's just so much stuff. Here we go. Let's go to Tori, and we'll play just a little tiny blurb of that. If it'll play, are we going to play?
And what they were doing. And apparently, it was posted today that he was found dead a couple of days ago. And I'm actually going to speak to you about a lot of people I know who died in Scientology. It's an amazing.
I'm not going to play much of that at all. I just wanted to refresh your memory. Tori was talking about it just a day or two after he passed and did a little candlelight memorial on her channel. Then go from there. I don't really know how this format's going to go today. It's just freewheeling, right? I'm just showing you some of the things I looked into after that. I had already known about Shawn Lonsdale, but I hadn't really looked into it in any depth. T, you should look into it. T's really good at investigative videos. This is just me brainstorming. Just, I don't really know what today is. I'm calling it Deep Dive Tuesday, but it's new. I'm just trying to be less structured, more relaxed. Just let's look at this together. Let's check it out together. But Shawn Lonsdale was born May 21st, 1969. He was found deceased February 16th, 2008. So, gosh, 18 years ago. Right when Anonymous was kicking off, he shows up dead after having been investigating. I'm just not reading this, I'm just saying what I learned. After having been investigating Scientology and filming them for about 2 years. So he was kind of pre-Anonymous, but at the start of Anonymous, right? So, yeah, he did a little documentary, a small little one that he posted on like cable access channel or something. Yeah, not or something. It was a cable access channel. But he was intending on doing a much bigger one, a much bigger deep dive. Apparently he had gone to a Clearwater City Council meeting. They weren't even on his radar. He was going to a city council meeting to talk about a homeless issue or to find out more information on a homeless issue, or both actually. And he received harassment from Scientology because they were being typical dickheads that they are to him, and he didn't like that too much and was talking to them about it. So what ends up happening, they follow him home. They park a van in front of his house for 2 days to try to threaten, intimidate, and harass him. And he's like, wait a minute, what the heck's going on? Actually, I should check to see if I even have sound. Can you guys even hear me? I should check that before I keep going on because I don't want a repeat of mistakes past. Yeah, he got fair gamed hard, T. Some would say he got fair gamed out of his life, out of existence. Yeah, you can hear me. Excellent. Again, this isn't a super structured, I didn't do a big report. This is just us hanging out, us talking about this. Maybe some of you will run with it and do more in-depth search on it.
Somebody's in trouble. Mind if I ask you a couple questions there, brother? Are you here to keep people from crossing the street? What if they wanted to go down to the store or something for a couple minutes? Is that okay? What's the matter? You not caused over meth?
You hear it?
Can't postulate me away?
Scientologists guarding the street, preventing people from going on a public sidewalk. Where does that sound familiar? They think they own the effing street.
What's the matter? You don't want me to see your face, brother? Oh, there we go. Oh, the internet's gonna love you, bro. Can you tell me when the kids are gonna come out and dump the garbage?
He was the first real live streamer, first real reporter to take them on and to do a documentary on them, watch their day-to-day, keep tabs on them, show some of their culty behavior, and do an in-depth report. Yeah, there's sound on that one. Great. So that was his first episode of Cult Watch. And then here is the excerpt where he caught them with an e-meter.
Auditing out in the open? Without a course room? Man, you know what kind of stuff that brings in? Wow, it's very rare you get to see a meter. You guys are right on the corner with them. Are you practicing being an auditor, or? So those are the actual cans, huh? What reason for the different sizes? Different size hands, or? Do you guys know anything about the e-meter? Besides the e-meter book? Wow, so you guys are allowed to be out here with one of these? In public? Oh, there's a book right there. Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, so he was a thorn in their side. Here we have another excerpt from Cult Watch. You can't tell me he worked on this for 2 years. Finally got his show on the cable network and was just gaining traction on making it into a full documentary, and then he unalived himself. Oh, that's convenient for you, isn't it, Scientology? Especially in such a suspicious manner. And people go over how suspicious this manner was because it was so similar to how L. Ron Hubbard's son Quentin was found dead in a car with a hose in the window from the exhaust. Meanwhile, he didn't have any carbon monoxide in his lungs, so he was already unalive. They found track marks on his arm. What, did they drug Shawn Lonsdale and do this to him? Seems rather convenient and rather coincidental. Here, I'll play a little bit of the radio interview. Hopefully it shares this time.
Pearson chick die. They treat their people like crap.
I mean, I think 1 out of the last 10 years is pretty good.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll talk to Shawn. Obviously, he's got a reason for being down there, and they're doing a big story on him in the St. Pete Times. We're going to talk to him in a couple of minutes, and plus, I guess there's some stuff that didn't make it into the newspaper article that's coming out that we'll tell you about here. The Bone Tampa Bay's Classic Rock Station. It's the Khaled Show, straight up 7:30 right now. In the TBT newspaper today, there is an advertisement for this coming Sunday, St. Petersburg Times in the Floridian section. They're going to do a big story on this guy named Shawn Lonsdale, and the picture of Shawn shows him videotaping on the corner of Cleveland Street in Clearwater, and it's all about him videotaping the Scientologist. I am not sure how Shawn started with that or why he's doing that.
Tampa Bay had a big story coming out, Tampa Bay Times. The TV was starting to pick up on him. He was getting radio interviews. He was gaining traction.
But obviously, the Scientologists are really pissed off about it, and Shawn is on the phone right now. What's going on, Shawn? How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming on the air. Let's start right now and tell me why are you doing this, and what exactly you are doing? Because according to the picture, you're just down there videotaping.
Yeah, at that time I was getting background shots and trying to get some exposure to my program.
Okay.
And in doing that, of course, I stepped on a heck of a lot of toes down here in Clearwater. Of course, you know, the cult is the biggest thing in our town.
Now, I have had experience back in the day with the people, the Scientologists down there, where we were going to do a radio stunt with Lisa Marie Presley when she was living down there.
No, you might as well seal your own fate.
Well, the thing that was kind of scary, and I don't really know why it's scary, but it was kind of scary at the time, was that we talked about going down there on the air. So when I got down there were guys on bikes on every corner just radioing to each other and watching us. It was a little bit freaky, but you know, we were also going there to trespass. So right. I understand now. What is your show about, and why are you videotaping these people?
The show is basically about what Scientology does and is here in Clearwater, and some of the weird and bizarre things that they do. And one of the weird and bizarre things,
I'm just going to play this whole interview with him and then recap a little at the end with some of the other things I've found since. But this is basically going to be a watch party, I guess, today.
Is in their top level, OT8.
Right.
L. Ron Hubbard himself is quoted as calling Jesus Christ a pedophile.
Now, okay, well, let me start with this, okay? I'm not, I don't know. I hear the OT thing, and I hear about the aliens and the Tom Cruise crazy stories and stuff, but my feeling is I don't care. I don't care what they do. They don't bother me. The downtown Clearwater looks beautiful. They own half the place, and they don't seem to bother anybody unless you have something different about them to say.
They don't seem to bother anybody. Yeah, this guy was really uninformed.
Well, it looks beautiful on our dime.
Well, explain that to me.
I have nothing against Scientologists either, but they're not privy to what's going on at the higher levels or within their own organization. Those guys are like the mafia, brother. They are backdoor surveillance operations.
Right.
They have people all over. They're placed in all sorts of government positions, watching, waiting, and you can even view some of this stuff, the documents online of their takeover of Clearwater back in the day.
Now, Brent,
taking over Clearwater still to this day. They've gained so much ground. They have infiltrated the federal government. Let's move on.
Is very much into reading about the Scientologists. He's always feeding me some stuff here and there. What you say? There's some Scientologists in some high positions. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, there's clearly influence all throughout our downtown core, our county core,
police,
even as far as our state core.
Which is why we need to get Mark Bunker reelected, guys.
And what is what has been the biggest thing you've uncovered since you've started, I guess, investigating these people?
I can't even give you one instance. There's way too many to cite on this short interview that we're going to have.
Well, give me a couple of things that might, like here I am, a guy that really doesn't care. Give me a couple of things that might make me care.
That might make you care?
Yeah, like I'm still at the point now where I mean, if you go to New York City, where there's a large contingent of Roman Catholic people, you see how much the Roman Catholic Church weighs in on the police and the government and all that other stuff. So to me, it's the same religion influence here as it is there.
When you go in to give your confessional, are you videotaped?
No, you are definitely not.
Are you audio taped?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Do you have a third and fourth person looking over your case file that is written down and stored?
But see, the idea of
they keep all the dirt. They keep all the dirt on you.
Catholicism, when you go to do confession, a priest stands in one booth where he could barely see you, and you go into one, and it's supposed to be real private, and that's the way they do it. But in Scientology, they're not following along the same guidelines. Maybe they're videotaping so that they can show to others, so others can work on your case. I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm just trying to give you...
Those are your most intimate secrets. Okay, those are things that between you and your church, this church, which, you know, could be called a church, could be called a cult, it's up to the individual.
Right.
But when you have...
It's a cult.
to pay for those religious services, and then they literally hold those secrets over your head to keep you in the fray or to keep you from speaking out about things that you don't find to be totally true to a religion.
Right.
That's criminal.
So you're saying like everybody hears the rumors about John Travolta being gay, and they say that John Travolta went to Scientology to try and fix that.
So back in 2007, 2008, they were already calling out John Travolta as being gay or at least bisexual.
Cure that. I always read that in
That's a big celebrity draw for them.
What, Travolta, or are they changing from the gay thing?
Legitimizing halfway homos.
Halfway homos. Have you observed any celebrity activity while you're watching down there?
I've had several celebrity instances, although I can't comment on them and I can't show the footage.
Why? Have you already been threatened?
They don't threaten outright.
Right.
It's all behind the scenes through third-party people, one of which actually is a gentleman that's been attacking me online and in the media. He went and put posters all up and down Cleveland Street with a supposed criminal history of mine. And I actually even posted a website claiming that the question needed to be asked whether I was a pedophile or not, because I was filming at one of their Easter celebrations they had down there, ironically an Easter celebration.
Why are they celebrating Easter? They don't believe in Christ. They think Christ was a pedophile.
Celebration seen as, L. Ron Hubbard was Antichrist.
Right. But you should see Brent's face over here. His nostrils are flaring every time he
do when you come out against them is try to find everything they can on you, and if they can't find it on you, they make it up, and then they'll go as far as like protest at your house. With,
these guys
stuff and hand out flyers.
Called my mother in New Hampshire.
Really?
They protested at Mark Bunker's house. We need to get Mark Bunker reelected.
We don't have a phone.
And what'd they say to your mother?
That I was sick, that I needed help down here, and all this other bizarre stuff anonymously at first, and then several other calls later continued to say that I was, of course, now a religious bigot, and I was attacking their religion, and it went on. And when I confronted him on the show, actually, that you can view, either you can Google Cult Watch, or you can see it on my own site, sinotimes.com. You can see an instance where I confront him. He actually admits to it, says it outright to me. When I confront it to him, he claims that he never did.
Okay, so that was the first one.
Okay, now
I'm going to show the second one.
What sparked you to go after these people? Because let me tell you, although I think calling your mother and calling you a pedophile is definitely a low shot. However, if you were videotaping me and you were coming after me and busting my balls, I'm going to do everything I can to screw you too. So let me ask, what brought you there? What made you decide to go after these people in the first place?
Well, I'm not even going after them. That's not the point. I was just out there filming, and I put up a sign saying exactly what I was doing, because every time I went out previous to that to get footage for my show, because it is the biggest thing here in Clearwater, and I believe that if you're trying to do better in the community and do better for yourself personally, and you have interest in film and video. Since I had this free spot on Pinellas Access, I took advantage of it. And what else needs to be told but the biggest criminal organization who set up shop and taken over our town is right here next to me, several miles away. I could not touch it.
Now, when you're on the corner of Cleveland or any place downtown and you're setting up the video camera or they just see you down there, what's the first thing that happens?
Security everywhere.
And they come up to you, or they just kind of keep an eye on you?
They cover all the...
They're not allowed to patrol the streets. They don't have a contract with the city. They're only allowed to patrol their own property. Thank you, Audit LA, for getting that clarified.
Corners. They pull out their video cameras. They start filming. Then, of course, there's instances where attacked on the street that time. Now, that was an operation overseen by the head of their OSUP, which is former Guardian's office.
Right.
It's called now the Operations of Special Affairs.
They were instructed that they had to shut down the Guardian's office because of their infiltration of the federal government, Operation Snow White. So what did they do? They just renamed it. They just renamed it to OSA.
Make it a little more palatable to the masses.
Sure.
The gentleman who oversaw the operation was across the street on his cell phone, dictating how this person was supposed to go about doing what he did.
Right, I get you.
So it's insidious, brother. It really is.
They got people called handlers.
On it is really, really hard.
It is very mafia-like.
They got people called handlers. Like if you're out there protesting, they have people to come out and just like get in your way to try to impede your progress. And if you bump into them or something,
It's
they're like lawsuit.
It's like a pickpocket function in Manhattan.
Yeah,
You got the one guy that bumps into you, and the other guys pick up your wallet.
Exactly.
Oh, my leg. Oh, my arm. Oh, my back.
Yep.
Luckily, I have a video camera at all times, and I get this footage. And in this case, the police didn't.
Never go out and protest without without video footage. You have to protect yourself.
Seem to think that there was such a crime involved after it went to the prosecutor's office. The guys on the street said, hey, this guy was assaulted. They even pulled out their own surveillance video and determined that I was a victim in the case after this guy assaulted me twice. He came at me. What else do I need to do? Come on, people.
All right, let me ask you this.
Their own video footage proved that he was the one assaulted.
Now, if you'd never went down there and got involved with these people, none of this stuff would be happening to you. What is it about the Scientologist that makes you get all pissed off? Like, every time Brent reads a website, he's like, oh, son of a bitch.
They're taking people's money. They're promising all sorts of claims.
But it's not your money. What do you care?
It's not my money. Yeah, it is my money.
This radio DJ, I know he says he's playing devil's advocate, but what a tool.
I'm forking out all the money that through taxes that has to beautify downtown for these guys. Nobody else is down there investing money.
But listen, they are investing money into downtown. They own half the real estate.
Themselves.
But it doesn't matter. And if they're gonna, Jesus,
They own half the real estate, but they don't pay taxes, dude. Wake up.
you drive through downtown Clearwater, and it is beautiful. And if because they're a majority landowner and they petition that the place gets picked up a little bit, I can't say I blame them. If I was a major real estate holder, I'd want the city to keep up with my buildings.
Their big deal is it's all a pyramid scam. All right, they haven't finished anything downtown. They got a building now, one of their main projects that's been sitting undone, open on one side for 6 years. Where on earth can you do that on your regular house here, put it on addition, leave it undone for 6 years and not have to go through all sorts of legal battles?
I tell you, if your S&S pools in Plant City put the goddamn pool in 3 years ago, I haven't done a final inspection. Sorry, Sean, but you sparked that out of me. Hey, listen, I think you have a very interesting situation. The story is going to come out in the Sunday St. Pete Times. I'm not meaning to argue with you. I just don't understand. I started out the same way where
do
I'm
some
like,
research. You'll understand real quick.
I do, but the problem is, Brent showed me some stuff and I read it, and I've been down there and I've been scared by them a couple of times. But the truth is, it's just like anything else. I feel like if you stay away from them, they stay away from you. And I have not gone into their world.
So we're supposed to just stay away from things that are ugly. We're just watch crime happen around us and not say anything.
World, and none of it has affected me, at least that I know of.
Doesn't affect you. It doesn't matter.
Well, you'd be curious to see what your file contains down there.
I know for a fact I have a file already. You do.
They have a file on you and every other interested Clearwater citizen that they can dig up.
I know I have a file because I've been down there before and been involved, like trying to do the radio stunt and stuff. And I know that because every time something happens, they'll call me from there and they'll say, remember this on October 3rd, we talked about this. But I last spoke with them, I agreed, because last time we had a conversation about Scientology, the listeners call up.
Yeah, they've gotten to him.
Up right away, and there's some less educated listeners to the show that just start calling up and screaming things out, and then by the time it gets back to them, it becomes we were bashing them on the air,
right, yeah.
and they call and say, hey, what's the problem? But it's very obvious to me that they have a good account of what's going on every time. But I don't care. I'm not afraid of it, and I'm not bothering them, and
Well, put it this way: if you had a loved one you had to separate from that was under direct hypnotic control from their church, would you not try to help them?
No, I definitely would. That's what I'm saying, though. I don't know anybody associated with them. I don't have any. I didn't lose a kid to their religion. I didn't know a neighbor that went in.
Again, because it didn't happen to you, it's okay to happen.
I don't. So I have no reason to start bashing them and to follow them around. And
thank God you haven't.
Yeah.
Count your blessings in that respect.
If I did, then me and you will be down there next week with 2 video cameras. Hey, your story sounds very interesting. You can check it out this Sunday in the St. Pete Times. Or what is your website again?
Scienotimes, SCIENOTIMES.com, or you can always read about the cult at xenu.net, XENU.net.
Favorite site, dude.
All right, Sean. Thanks, brother.
Have a good one. Thank you.
I gotta.
Shout out to Andreas for Xenu.net. Okay, so let's watch that anonymous video now.
This is Anonymous. The first violent act since our crusade against Scientology and its oppression began had happened, and it is Scientology that has struck first. Recently a man named Shawn Lonsdale, who has been a thorn in the side of Scientology and an ally to Anonymous, was found dead. At his house a garden hose attached to his car exhaust that was fed into his bedroom was discovered. It is currently ruled a suicide. This is not the truth.
Haggis, they do pay some tax, but they don't pay the same amount of tax, and they keep those properties occupied and unused, so then that's all that tax that's lost out on.
Shawn Lonsdale was targeted and assassinated by Scientologists because he had become too great a threat. What you are seeing is the text from a document that was sent to certain members of Project Chanology from sources within Scientology sympathy.
Chanology. Shout out to Chanology and Anonymous.
To our cause, proving that they intend to target leaders of Project Chanology and the mass protesting. This is an outright attack upon not only the members of Chanology, but Anonymous as a whole. We must not stand for this. Your support is asked for 15 March 2008. We must bring the horrors that have been committed by Scientology to the eyes of the world. Family members of Shawn Lonsdale should know that this unnecessary loss of life at the hands of Scientology will not go ignored. We are Anonymous. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
Expect us. So, let's play another clip where Shawn Lonsdale gets attacked. Here we go.
You're whining.
I'm telling you, you should stop doing what you're doing because you are intending something harmful and destructive. It's not a good thing to do.
And the result of the harmful and destructive intention would be?
Well, actually, the result will be harmful for you, Shawn.
Well, no, I mean...
Threatening him. They're threatening him.
If you think I'm harmful in my intentions towards you...
You're intending to be harmful.
Well,
you're intending to be destructive.
And what sort of harmful results? What sort of harmful results are you talking about?
You can figure it out for yourself.
Well, if you...
I'm telling you, Shawn, you should stop doing what you're doing. It's harmful. It's destructive. That's your intention. Whether or not you actually achieve your intention doesn't matter. That's your intention, and you should stop.
I can't believe you guys are so scared of a guy with a camera.
Do I look like I'm scared of you, Shawn?
Yes.
I'm less scared of you than I am of a cockroach.
You're threatening him. You're afraid of him.
Then why are you here in my face?
It's got nothing to do with fear. It's something I'm scared of you.
Then why the attack verbally?
I'm not attacking. Where's the attack?
I'm in evil intention.
Where is the attack?
You know, come on.
Where is the attack?
The attack is you verbally right in front of me.
You is an attack?
Well, you're not communicating in a very constructive way. Let's put it that way.
None of your communication is constructive. That's my point.
In what way? Show me in one instance where my constructive abilities have not been in a good way.
Let's not have an argument that we think is kind of some kind of logical argument. You know what you're doing.
What am I doing? That's what I'm saying. Narrow it down for me, man, and give me something solid.
I'm explain it to you because you know. This isn't like a comedy show.
It isn't?
You know what you're doing.
Maybe
you know what you are doing. See, you don't have to have me explain it to you. You know your
Yeah, what he's doing is trying to take down a cult.
intention is destructive.
Oh, okay.
Right? You know that.
Am I breaking up families?
Yes, you are.
No,
actually, you're probably not. Actually, you're right.
Do I have deaths on my hands? Ask Mr. Kelleher over there.
No, Shawn.
Mr. Kelleher.
Shawn, you and I are talking. Don't blow.
Mr. Kelleher, did you know Lisa McPherson? You were on the watch list, right?
Is what I'm saying upsetting you?
What happened to your ex-girlfriend?
Shawn, it's what I am saying upsetting to you.
Lisa McPherson's boyfriend?
Absolutely not. This is the stuff I'm here to get.
Okay, good. You should stop doing what you are doing because you are trying to hurt people. You are trying.
That's what I'm saying. In what way do you think I'm hurting people?
You know what you're doing, Shawn.
If you give me a specific instance, I won't. I'll try to avoid that if it's hurtful to you.
Why don't you think about it for a few minutes?
I don't need
The
to.
only problem with what you're doing is your intention is to upset people.
This is Quentin Crisp. It's just a clip from his Cult Watch, but it was a good segment of him getting attacked. Let's see what's on this one. Oh, this is more Cult Watch.
You're not on the RPF, are you? EPF? Does that mean you're in lower conditions? No? Don't you think it's strange that you have to wear dirty clothes while everybody else gets to wear a uniform? Your parents know where you are? Are you one of the kids that signed a $3 billion year contract? Hey, Ron Savello. Damn, see this kid over here? He's obviously underage, right? Shouldn't he be in school?
You know, what you're doing now is illegal.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
In what way?
Harassing people.
Who am I harassing?
You're harassing people.
Who am I harassing? Dude, let me tell you something, all right? You just assaulted me.
Ron Savillo assaults him.
Harassing
All right, for the second time.
people. The second time?
Yeah, you went at me twice. You know it's all on video, right? Do we say public access? PUBLICACCESS, public access. How many shows do you think you're going to have on about a month when this airs? You're a high-level OT, right? But you could not hold yourself back from physical confrontation. What does that say about the levels that you bought?
This is Nico Video JP Watch SM. I will copy it and put it in the chat myself because I did not send the links to Cricket. So yeah, Ron Savillo attacked him another time as well. That's not his first attack. Okay, here we have Scientology Money Project did an article February 19th, 2024, remembering Shawn Lonsdale, one of the original live streamers covering Scientology. Shawn Lonsdale was a videographer and prominent critic of the Church of Scientology. He resided in Clearwater, Florida, and regularly videotaped members of Scientology coming and going from church activities in Clearwater. Lonsdale had initially intended to do a photography project on homeless people in Clearwater. But after an experience at a city council meeting, he began to research Scientology. Lonsdale got into an argument with the Scientologist at the city council meeting, and Scientology pulled him in. And the Scientologist followed him home, and the next day, Lonsdale observed a van waiting for 2 hours outside of his home. After researching the church, I think I said 2 days earlier. Maybe I had that wrong. After researching the Church of Scientology on critical websites, he decided to expose information about the organization. He established a website and filmed video footage of Scientologists going about activities in Clearwater, and then aired edited footage on a local public access television cable TV station. After getting into a physical altercation with a Scientologist, which we just saw while filming, the Scientologist was arrested and charged with misdemeanor battery, but was later released and charges were dropped. Of course they were. Of course they were. If it had gone the other way, do you think the charges would have been dropped? I don't think so. Here's an article on the Scientologist getting arrested. Oh, it says it was Michael Fitzgerald. So it wasn't even that instance. It was a different instance. Michael Fitzgerald was arrested on a misdemeanor battery charge after Scientology's confrontation with the filmmaker. And just double check you guys are hearing everything. Yeah, I know. Now everyone's got a camera on their phone. Everyone's walking around with a portable camera. Everyone's got a Ring camera. Amy said too bad they didn't have Ring cameras back then. Yeah. So check out that Times, North Pinellas Times article. Okay, I'm tired. Sorry, guys. Let's go to Alcatron.com. Here, I'll copy that, paste it. Poor Cricket. It was like, I didn't get any links. It's like, yeah, I didn't have time. And I didn't know how this was going to go. Yeah. Anonymous, did Scientologists kill Shawn Lonsdale?
We, Anonymous, believe that Shawn Lonsdale could have been killed by your church for proving to be a thorn in its side. Though we do not have the evidence nor the right to accuse you, we believe that the allegation should be put under a microscope and examined on a micro level. Shawn Lonsdale was in the middle of exposing your cult in a documentary.
I want to see his autopsy. I want to see the suicide note. I want the deeds.
When we believe he was killed. They have labeled his death as suicide. However, according to his friend Randy Payne, Shawn had no reason to want to die and was doing well. Why are there videos of your church members assaulting him in public? Why would he kill himself in such a strange manner? Why would he die so mysteriously while in the process of exposing?
It's a very strange manner. Have you ever heard of another suicide like that before? Never.
In your church. These are the questions that need to be asked. These are the issues that need to be investigated. The Church of Scientology must be stopped, and the people who follow it must realize that they too are victims and escape the cult-like pyramid scheme while they have the chance. Besides the fact that your church is based on a fictional book, and that L. Ron Hubbard has openly stated that if he wanted to be rich, he would create a religion, there continues to be actions that your church members have been taking that are alarming and must be looked into. Anonymous has chosen to place
Shout out to Anonymous. Anonymous, we need you back.
Itself at the forefront of avenging the death of Shawn Lonsdale, simply by continuing its protests and making the public aware of the dark and sinister cult that is slowly growing behind their backs while they sleep.
This is a promo they did before one of their protests.
They will be awakened. Anonymous will not stop until the Church of Scientology has been expunged. They are not only made up of victimized individuals, coerced by manipulation, they are controlled by bigots and greedy fascists.
Hypnotized.
With an agenda to profit off of the ignorance of others. Anonymous will strike until the 9,000th nail has been driven into the heart and soul of this evil enterprise. Anonymous is legion. Anonymous cannot be stopped because we are invisible, yet unbreakable. We represent the victims. We represent the army of the public and the voice of everyone. We are the result of your actions. We are the consequence of past mistakes, and we will not live to see another catastrophic one take place in front of our faces due to the poor decision-making of your followers. Your church is the whore that rides on the shoulders of evil. You are the enemy. Your followers are the victims.
They are the enemy. Their followers are victims.
You will be stopped, and your church will fail. We do not forgive. We do not forget. We are legion.
Says, may what you start be remembered and your cause not be forgotten. We haven't forgotten you, Shawn Lonsdale. So next I want to show an article. Herald Tribune. Clearwater Scientologist critic silences himself That's such a weird way of expressing it. They say he appears to commit suicide. They don't say he committed suicide. They say he appears to commit suicide. I find it very telling, the coded wordage, to say he appears to commit suicide. So I don't think they even believe it. Just, when the newspapers report things, they often put things in a coded way so that if you know, you know. And they say he appears to commit suicide, not that he committed suicide. Clearwater, this is the Tampa Tribune. Shawn Lonsdale, who became one of the most bedeviling local critics of the Church of Scientology, died last weekend, apparently by suicide. In his Clearwater home, he was 39. No sign of foul play. I beg to differ. But that was from Clearwater's spokesperson, Elizabeth Daly Watts. But we know they infiltrated several police departments, and allegedly the Clearwater Police Department. And police found pungent smell coming from his rented home. Yeah. Authorities found a garden hose running from the exhaust pipe of his car to the home. Why wouldn't he just stay in the garage? Why wouldn't he just stay in the car? Why would he go through those extremes to put it up through his bedroom? It's very suspicious. It's very reminiscent of how Quentin was found. They also found what is believed to be a suicide note. So in other words, it's unclear. It was just a letter he had written, perhaps, or who knows what it was. It says contents of the note would not be released until the case is closed. Well, is the case closed? Can we find out the contents of the note now? It's been 18 years. I think it's time we find out more, finally. Could not say whether an autopsy would be performed. Official cause of death is pending. Lonsdale became a public nemesis of the church in 2006 when he began videotaping outside downtown Clearwater offices, the church's spiritual headquarters. He often stood next to a sign that said, "Cult Watch, now filming." He was keeping tabs on them. His video footage showed Scientologist workers taking out the garbage, walking in downtown Clearwater, and at a festival. He also videotaped interaction with church security guards and Scientology staffers who quarreled with him on the street. Lonsdale aired the footage on a local public access cable channel. He directed anyone who expressed interest in the church's secret and expensive teaching posted by critics on the internet free. Yeah, they were trying to get out ahead. And then, they're calling it an apparent suicide again. And then there's like bullshit issued by Pat Harney. I'm not even going to bother reading it because it's just stupid and ridiculous and very apparent. They called him a religious bigot. They hired a private investigator. The same old song and dance, rinse and repeat. Here, Shawn Lonsdale. This is Religion News Blog, calling him the scourge of Scientology. And again, apparent suicide. I looked up other suicides that were known suicides. They never say apparent suicide. It's very telling, the coded language in these articles. So, let's see. Here's another one from Quentin Crisp. I'll go back. Let me subscribe to Quentin. I'll go back and drop the link from the last one. Cricket, don't worry.
See my show?
I don't have to see your show. I know what you're doing. I know why you're doing it. And actually, you should stop.
And why?
Because what you're doing is harmful. You're intending to harm people.
In what way?
You are intending to do and you should stop.
With all your higher abilities, you know, why would you be interpolated by...
It's not a matter of higher ability, Shawn, and it's not a matter of me being interpolated.
Well, why?
You are the one who is interpolated.
And
You
what?
should stop doing what you're doing because it's harming you as much as anybody else.
Well, you're the one bitching at me.
I'm not bitching, Shawn.
Well, you're...
It's the same interaction I played earlier. Yeah, Haggis, I would love it to get... I was thinking about reaching out to Henry and saying if he couldn't FOIA request a copy of the autopsy, death certificate, see if we can't get a copy of the suicide note. All of it needs to be looked into deeper. Hey, Power. Hey, Haggis, I didn't say hi to everyone. Sorry. I'm not awake. Amy said take a cat nap. Yeah. Hi, Amy. Jennifer. Kia. So, yeah, it's all very fascinating. Wait a minute, what was Haggis saying up here? Oh, yeah, the thing about the tax. We talked about this. Yeah. I have more. Here is Tampa Bay Archive. And this is one where they have read the suspected suicide note. Shawn Lonsdale carried a one-man crusade against Scientology, was sick, depressed, broke, and tired of it all when he took his life. Well, not according to his friends. He was broke before. He was sick before he started. Apparently, he suffered from hepatitis from a unprotected homosexual encounter. And that was like his ruin, his crime that they kept trying to post all over about him and threaten him with. So yeah, his main crime was being homosexual. Oh my God, what a criminal. Yeah, let's see. Online speculation cursed through anti-Scientology circles that he did not kill himself. Friday, because this is just dated December 29th, 2008, police officially ruled his death a suicide. Said he left an apologetic note, heartbroken throughout. In a note to a friend, he wrote about the hepatitis and stupid acts in his past, and was convinced he'd never love or live with a woman. So he decided to try to use his time to make a difference and shed some light on the BS going on here with Scientology. I hope I helped, if even a little. He stuck to his beliefs to the end, and I don't think you can ask more of a human being under these circumstances. Leroux, his friend that he wrote to, Luke Leroux. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's attorney Luke Leroux. I don't know who that is. So, let's see. Anonymous calls put pressure on Lonsdale's employer and landlord, making it difficult for him to hold a job. Fair gamed. Here, I'll drop that link in case anyone's interested in reading that article. Thanks for dropping Power's channel. Drop Power's second channel, please. Breaking Scientology. And I will drop this one because I didn't send Cricket the links. And expected to have to drop the links myself anyway. All right. Here is a tribute from Anonymous to Shawn, done at their March 12th, 2008 protest. Let's like and subscribe.
Greetings, brothers and sisters of New York. How are you all doing today? That's what I like to hear. Now, an insignificant man once said, he has no redeeming value to anyone, anywhere. That man is Scientologist. was talking about another man, our fallen brother, Shawn Lonsdale. Scientology had tried their damnedest to convince others that the words they spoke were true. Warning posters bearing Shawn's face
Not true. Not true.
appeared in storefront windows. Strangers called Shawn's landlord, claiming they're investigators and demanded information. At Shawn's place of work, messages were left for his boss,
Relentlessly fair gamed.
asking if they knew about Shawn's dark past. Shawn's own telephone rang at all hours of the night with accusations and threats, including, "People don't live long doing this kind of thing in Clearwater."
Threatened, intimidated. His boss was contacted. His landlord was contacted. His neighbors were contacted.
It's sickening how right they were. The Church of Scientology was terrified of Shawn and his camera, where he filmed his public broadcast show, Cult Watch. Every day, rain or shine, Shawn stood sentinel, documented the happenings at Church of Scientology in Clearwater, Florida, the Scientologist Holy Land. Shawn, ever polite, always greeted the Scientologists with a smile whenever they came to interrogate him. I can say in full confidence that our brother Shawn was one of the bravest men that ever lived. He was one man that stood against a monster. He was a man with nothing to lose. He was a man who stood up for what he thought was right and what he knew was good. Until his tragic end. He is an inspiration to us all. He never showed fear. His smile never left his face, and he never stopped fighting. No matter how hard they tried to beat him down. Up until the very end, he never turned his back to the wind. An epic man once said,
I'm tearing up now. I'm trying not to.
think because I'm a nobody and I've got nothing, that I'm easy to stop. More epic words were never spoken. We are anonymous. We are legion. We did not forget, and now no one will forget. Good night, sweet prince.
Yeah.
Right they were.
It's hard to watch. Next, I have another Shawn Lonsdale tribute from Wanu. Here he showing him capturing. Well, I'll just play it.
Our correspondent lost it defending a critic of Scientology, a Florida man called Shawn Lonsdale, who died recently. John remembers him as an unusual American.
The light in Clearwater, Florida, shimmers off the bayou, the sky mirrored in water. Downtown is dominated by the Superpower building, the mecca of the Church of Scientology, which for Hollywood star parishioners like Tom Cruise and John Travolta.
Tom Cruise, John Travolta. Oh my God. And that's all they've been managed to pull in since then, and that was 18 years ago.
Is a force for good, but for its ex-members, an evil cult enthralled to space aliens. Clearwater is a hot contender for being the creepiest paradise on the planet. Hang out in Clearwater and you can see...
Creepiest paradise on the planet is an accurate description. Look, he captures so many videos of the Sea Org.
Squads of Scientologists march to and from auditing sessions, part of the wisdom of their messiah, the late L. Ron Hubbard. A couple of years ago, you would have seen one man against the crowd, Shawn...
Maniac or Messiah? I beg to differ that he's one and the same for them.
Lonsdale, filming them. They filmed him. He filmed them, filming him, filming them. Some of Shawn's footage is utterly surreal. The sole image, a Scientology cameraman clad in black, filming him for minutes on end. No one speaks. You get the feeling that this was a fight to the last camera battery. Clearwater got that little bit more creepy recently, with the death, the police are treating it as suicide, of Shawn. When alive, the Scientology spokesman said of him, he has no redeeming value to anyone, anywhere.
He had a lot of redeeming value. He had a lot of value to this movement.
Well, he was a bit of a hero to me. Shawn was 5'9", slight, dark hair, a wry manner which would, in the right circumstances, break into a gentle grin. Shawn had been thrown out of the US Navy for clocking a lieutenant on the jaw while drunk. He did a bit of this and a bit of that, and slowly drifted down to Clearwater. A couple of years ago, he'd gone along to a council meeting about a planning dispute. The local paper reported that he fell out with a Scientologist at that meeting, was followed home that night, and the next day found a strange van parked outside his house. Suddenly, the rootless drifter had a mission in life. He challenged Scientology in its citadel. His phone would ring at weird times, and strangers would say, "We know what you do. We know who you are. Why are you doing this?" Last spring, we showed up in Clearwater, making a panorama documentary about Scientology. When we interviewed 2 ex-members in Clearwater, Scientology's Tommy Davis was waiting for us in our hotel at midnight with a black cloud.
That's an excerpt from John Sweeney. That's John Sweeney reporting here.
Cameraman. It had started. For the first part of the interview with Shawn, we'd chosen the top of a multi-story car park deck, open to the sun, a public place, but not in anybody's way. My first question was, you've been described as a social outcast, a menace, a fruitcake, a nutter. Why would Scientology make those kind of suggestions about you? Shawn replied, they are trying to embarrass me. They try to paint you as crazy so that no one would listen to you. The more he talked, the more disturbing it became. I was followed by private investigators. I was followed by several vehicles which I was later able to track back to Scientology-owned vehicles. I was threatened with death. While he was explaining how it had become very difficult for him to get a job in Clearwater, I became aware that a 4x4 with blacked-out windows had joined us on top of the car park. The interview trailed to a stop. It was like a scene from The Matrix, as a man in a beautiful suit wearing
Guys, Tommy Davis, it was this guy.
sunglasses walked over, awesomely self-confident, to mock the human stain. It was Tommy Davis, the Scientologist who is, some say, very close to Tom Cruise. He opened a folder.
Tommy Davis fled, but he's been bought out, apparently.
And began to read out Shawn.
His mom's still in, though, so he doesn't want to disconnect, and they probably have so much dirt on him.
Criminal record. He'd been caught twice having sex with men, consenting adults, some years ago. Shawn smiled and said, "Now, would Scientology be able to help me with any of these problems I supposedly have?" L. Ron Hubbard once said that homosexuals should be disposed of quietly and without sorrow. Tommy ignored Shawn. Now, he does speak about this openly, of course. I cut in. He's not an animal. Answer his question, can't you? I'm not sure that Tommy Davis ever did. We left Shawn to his one-man war, shaking our heads in awe at his doggedness. A few days later in LA, at Scientology's sickening Industry of Death exhibition, which blames the Nazi Holocaust on psychiatry, Davis
blames the Nazi Holocaust on psychiatry? Okay, then why did you steal all of the methods of the Nazis for your Sea Org?
Shouted at me, condemning me for mocking esteemed Hollywood stars, but giving an easy interview to convicted sexual pervert Shawn Lonsdale.
Because Shawn Lonsdale,
The sexual pervert for being homosexual. Okay.
a convicted sexual pervert, is your pal that you're chauffeuring around Clearwater.
I lost it big time and shouted back that Tommy wasn't there for the first part of the interview. Shawn was, but now he's dead. And I, for one, mourn the loss of a brave and singular American.
I should go back and find one of the intels that he found, but I am not going to do it today. I am really tired. It was, they showed it in one of the clips earlier, but yeah, it was all this weird Sciento intergalactic bullshit tying him and other people into being basically a member of the alien forces that are their enemy. It's really bizarre stuff, guys. You should take a dive yourself and look at this information. I included almost all the links. I'll do all the links in the video description. I'm not going to air this one right away. I'm going to edit out that first bit where there wasn't sound. So I am going to take it down to do that. Anyway, I'm only half awake. I'm going to try to get some rest. And yeah, I'm sure if anyone clips this, they'll say, see, she's crazy because she didn't get any sleep. But no, I was just fascinated watching all of this and looking into all of this. And I've been looking into it for a few days now. And I hope there's something of value you can take away from this. If nothing else, at least some information about Shawn Lonsdale. And I'm sad we don't have him here with us. Imagine what a powerful advocate he would be in the community if we still had him. So I don't know if anyone's even still here. This kind of went on forever, rambling nonsense. It's already, oh my gosh, almost 8 o'clock. So I am going to get off of here. I don't know if Cricket's doing a song after this, a little song party where we can all get together and decompress. But check out Cricket Cinema's channel. He didn't say he was going to do that today. And I just checked oh, he does have music. Okay, so everyone room raid Cricket Cinema. I'm going to go ahead and close. I'm exhausted. This stuff's overwhelming, you know. Rest in peace, Shawn Lonsdale. Sorry it wasn't a very cohesive or put together show today. Thanks, guys, for coming. Thanks, Cricket, for all you do for me. Love you, babe. Bye.